Hi, fourth graders. It's homework time. Get your Succeed book. Let's open to page 81. We're going to look at lesson 17, homework helper. It says, draw a tape diagram to represent each problem. Use numbers to solve and write your answer as a statement. Seisha has 1,025 stickers. Evan only has 862 stickers. How many more stickers does Seisha have than Evan? So it says, I draw Evan's tape just a bit shorter than Seisha's since 862 is pretty close to 1,025. So here's Seisha's tape for 1,025 stickers. Evan has 862. Here's Evan's tape. And we have to find out how many more Seisha has than Evan. So this blank space here, the distance from the end of Evan's tape to the end of Seisha's tape, this is how much more Seisha has than Evan. It's labeled with an M for more. Then they show doing subtraction. Seisha's number of stickers minus Evan's number of stickers will tell you how many more Seisha has. Here's the subtraction algorithm. They got 163. They checked their work using addition, adding the 163 for how much more plus 862 for Evan's stickers, and it equals 1,025, which is the number of Seisha's stickers. So it matches. The answer statement says Seisha has 163 more stickers than Evan. Now let's look at number 2. Milk truck B contains 3,994 gallons of milk. Together, milk truck A and milk truck B contain 8,789 gallons of milk. How many more gallons of milk does milk truck A contain than milk truck B? So here's the tape diagram. Milk truck B has 3,994. Here's the tape for truck B, and it's labeled 3,994. Okay? If you put together milk truck A and milk truck B, that's 8,789. So on the side, they said combining these two together right here, this equals 8,789. Then they have to figure out how much milk does milk truck A contain, and then how much more does milk truck A contain than milk truck B. So there's a few steps here. You could see they did the subtraction algorithm to find out how much milk truck A has. The total amount for both trucks is 8,789 minus the amount of milk in truck B, right here, will tell you how much milk is in truck A. And when they subtracted, they got 4,795. But that's not the end of the problem. The next step is to figure out how much more milk truck A has than milk truck B. In order to find out how much more, you have to subtract milk truck A's amount minus milk truck B's amount. And they subtracted and they got 801. And this is in gallons of milk. So their answer statement says milk truck A contains 801 more gallons of milk than milk truck B. Let's turn the page and see what's next. Here's another word problem example. You can look at this one on your own. When you're ready, let's work on problem number 1 on page 83. It says, draw a tape diagram to represent each problem. Use numbers to solve and write your answer as a statement. Number 1, Gavin has 1,094 toy building blocks. Avery only has 816 toy building blocks. How many more building blocks does Gavin have? So we're going to make our tapes, one for Gavin and one for Avery. Gavin has 1,094 blocks. Avery only has 816 blocks. Whose tape diagram needs to be longer? Gavin's will be longer because Gavin has more blocks. So let's start with a tape for Gavin. We'll label it G for Gavin, and we'll write 1,094. Now we're going to do Avery's tape. Remember, Avery's is going to be shorter. And we write on it the number of blocks that Avery has, 816. We'll label A for Avery. Now we need to find out how many more building blocks does Gavin have. To find out how much more, we need this empty space right here that goes from the end of Avery's tape to the end of Gavin's tape. This is how much more. You could put a letter here. I'll use B for blocks. Okay? Now, what can we do to find out how many more building blocks Gavin has? Should we add, subtract, multiply, or divide? We're going to subtract to find out how much more. Gavin's number is 1,094 minus how many Avery has, 816. First, you need to check if it's ready to subtract. If it's not ready to subtract, do your decomposing. Pause the video and do your subtraction, then press play when you're ready to check your work. I did my subtraction. I got 278. Now we have to check our work. We're going to check our work by using addition. We take Avery's number of blocks plus 278. It goes right here. This is what B equals. And we have to see if it equals 1,094 when we add those together. 816 plus 278. Starting in the ones, 6 plus 8 equals 14. Put down the 4, compose the 10 on the line. 1 plus 7 plus 1 equals 9. Now in the hundreds, 8 plus 2 equals 10. Put in your comma. We got 1,094. That matches, so we checked our work. Now we write our answer statement. We need to answer the question, how many more building blocks does Gavin have? Start with Gavin has how many more? This is what we got right here. 278 more blocks than who? Who does he have more than? Avery. Okay, there's our answer statement. Now let's look at number 2. Number 2 says, container B holds 2,391 liters of water. Together, container A and container B hold 11,875 liters of water. How many more liters of water does container A hold than container B? Okay, so we need to make our tape diagram. This part tells me that container A must hold more than container B because it's asking how many more liters of water does container A hold than container B. So if container A holds more, then the tape for container A needs to be longer than the one for container B. So let's make our 2 tapes. One for A and one for B. My tape for A is longer. doesn't tell me how many liters of water container A holds. So I can't write anything on there yet. Okay? It does tell me container B holds 2,391 liters. So I'll write that for container B's tape. And then it tells me how much they hold together, both of them. So when we do like this, that means together they can hold 11,875 liters. So right now we need to find out how many liters for container A. What can we do to find out? If we know the total of both and we know how much can fit in B, what are we going to do? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? We're going to subtract to find container A's water. So 11,875 liters minus 2,391 liters. Is 5 minus 1 ready? Yes. Is 7 minus 9 ready to subtract? No. Go over here. Decompose, cross off the 8, make it a 7. Give 10 to the 7 and the 10, so now it's 17. 17 minus 9 is ready. Is 7 minus 3 ready? Yes. In the thousands, is 1 minus 2 ready? No. Decompose the 1 in the 10,000s. Cross it off, it goes down to 0. Give 10 to the 1 in the thousands, so that makes 11. Now 11 minus 2 is ready. Everything's ready to subtract. Pause the video, do your subtracting, and then press play when you're ready to check your work. Did you get 9,484 liters? Good job. Okay, so now we know what A equals. 9,484 liters. Now the next step is to find out how many more liters of water does container A hold than container B. And so we are going to mark this space here that goes between the end of container B and the end of container A, and this will tell us how much more A has. Okay? So we will put M for more. Now what can we do to find out what M equals? Would we add, subtract, multiply, or divide? We would subtract. So we will subtract A's liters minus B's liters to see how many more liters container A can hold. 9,484 liters minus 2,391 liters. Check to see if it's ready to subtract. Is 4 minus 1 ready? Yes. Is 8 minus 9 ready? No. Cross off the 4. That goes down to 3. Give 10 to the 8. So now that's 18. 18 minus 9 is ready. Is the hundreds ready? 3 minus 3? Yes. And is the thousands ready? 9 minus 2? Yes. Now let's do all the subtracting. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 18 minus 9 equals 9. 3 minus 3 equals 0. 9 minus 2 equals 7. Put in your comma, and our units is liters. We got 7,093 liters. Now we need to check our work. Remember, we check our work by adding. So we have to add what we got for M, 7,093, right here, plus 2,391, and then see if it equals 9,484. So let's add and check. Set up your addition algorithm. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 9 plus 9 equals 18. Put down the 8, compose the 10 on the line. 0 plus 3 plus 1 equals 4. 7 plus 2 equals 9. 9,484. Does that match? Yes. So we checked our work. Now we will write our answer statement. We need to answer the question, how many more liters of water does container A hold than container B? So we're talking about container A. Container A holds how much more? Remember, M was for how much more? Here's where we got M. 7,093 more liters of water than container B. I spelled container wrong. Silly. Let me fix that. Container B. There's my answer statement. Make sure you have your answer statement. Then you could try the next problem on page 84 on your own if you would like to. One more word problem. Okay. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.